really concerned for him. He's like, they can kill you. Like, that is something that would actually be able to kill you besides kryptonite. Yeah.
All the while, he's being worked on. Like, this is crazy. He's all cut up.
By Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific and Alfred.
Yeah. Alfred's his
you really got to get these books, dude. You're missing all the good stuff.
I'm more than good.
Yeah, these are amazing. Like, some of these little scenes, just like, ow. But it's also cool. So they got him, like, connected to some sort of VR unit.
Yeah, so he can see what Superman is doing. And, be a micromanager, because that's what he does.
Another reminder of what happened the last time is we got the revelation that Starman from the past has come to the future.
To destroy it. For some reason. Because Lex got into his head and was torturing him for an amount of time that we have no idea how long it was.
Right.
Because time travel.
But, yeah, we're seeing there's these, we need to figure out what's going on with him. We need to figure out what's going on with the totality. Plus, there's something bigger on the moon there. Yeah, be careful up there. And then he's like, and then you see Welcome to the Hall of Justice. I like this. This was a lot of fun, and I dug this whole part.
Yeah. People are entering the Hall of Justice because it's free admission. People can look through.
That's cool. Like the museum.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hall of Justice.
That's not how Barry Allen talks.
Oh.
So we're like, welcome to the Hall of Justice. Barry Allen. I mean, The Flash. Same thing. Barry Allen.
Wait, this isn't the television show.
Right.
Eventually I'll tell you all.
Yeah. I will meet you personally, shake your hand, and tell you I'm Barry Allen, The Flash. But not right now. But yeah, so he's like the, not the narrator, but like
the big voiceover you hear at like game parks, like announcing this exhibit, and there's a.
Listen to my friend Batman when he says, "Don't touch anything."
I like that they see that the customers are laughing and they're like, "Ah!" He's like, "Just kidding."
And then he's like, "You never know what you might run across." And then we go or who, and then we go to like a food court where there's a bunch of freaking superheroes just chilling and eating.
Nice.
They're looking out. They've got the glass window, and they're looking out at these people walking around the Hall of Justice. And John, Stewart is like, And I think this is fun because you got like Man Thing. You got looks like Megan.
You have the Titans, the Terrifics, the normal Justice League, like other Justice Leagues.
Dark.
Justice League Dark in there, all like chilling in one place.
It's a who's who of superhero groups and stuff.
Yeah, because Megan is part of Titans now, and so is what is her name? Iron Maiden. So they're both part of the Titans. So it's kind of just showing like different groups interacting with each other, because they're all heroes.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is, and
this part kind of made me think they have this guy who's whipping up food, and Flash shows up to meet John, and was talking about how like this guy's able to whip up any kind of food, so he asked for a burger for a place back in Detroit, and you can see he's like whipping magic up this bull-like creature, is whipping up stuff, and I'm all like thinking back to the Deadpool little scene where he's mixing up his concoction. He can make any drink, and the bartender was able to do that. I was thinking because they're kind of talking in that same way, like, he says he can make anything, and I was laughing about that. I'm like, 2 books this week that did that.
The parallels between the books.
I was thinking of Spy Kids personally, because you can just throw the little packages in the microwave, and there's like a Big Mac.
Oh, that would be good right now. Something like, not necessarily the Big Mac, but something like that would be good.
Yeah.
Back to the Future, where they put it in a little piece of the thing. But Jon Stewart's over here lamenting it, like kind of talking about this new ring that's reappeared on his thing.
Yeah, he's like, it's part of me, and Barry is just like, dude, there's a lot of changes going on with, like, actual science, which they're both very focused in maths and sciences. Like, that's them.
Right.
At their core. They're like, with the slow force and the still force and
ultraviolet.
The ultraviolet, it's like changing. Science is changing around them, is what he says, and they need to find something that brings them like to their core, like
something
who
grounded, something that they know is always constant, consistent.
Right.
And then Flash leaves, and his typical. Whoosh.
And then he comes back with an actual burger from the place in Detroit, and he's like, "Here."
He's a genuine.
Yeah.
This sounds delicious.
That's cool.
Genuine Drecker's Triple Decker.
Yeah. Drecker's Triple Decker.
Yeah.
Man, I've been craving a cheeseburger for quite some time now.
That's because you're not eating red meat.
That's correct.
That is why you're craving it, because you need red meat.
Yeah.
Or an iron supplement.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I like that they did this. This kind of little moment between Barry and John there.
Yeah, like very human stuff going on in this entire issue. I think this is a very grounding issue, which is nice.
I picked up during one of those sales that they were having at the store. I picked up this Fast Friends story, which I haven't read yet, but it's Barry and John Stewart.
Oh.
You know, whatever, and they're similar. I think there were 2 books, whatever, and they're thin trades. It looked really interesting, whatever, and I was collecting Flash at the time. I'm gonna have to check it out. I didn't know about the similar interests or whatever that they had and stuff like that. So that's definitely makes me want to read that.
Oh yeah. Yes, but they get interrupted before they have like a further heart-to-heart moment by Batman, who's like, "Code Blue, we need everyone. Barry and John, come right away." And then we move on to Wonder Woman carrying
a pillar.
And how heavy was the pillar?
I don't remember if they said it.
They did. Aquaman said it.
10 ton.
10-ton pillars. Because she's strong.
Yeah.
He's like, moving 10 ton, and he's like, ugh, as he helps her move it.
Yeah.
If you remember, in the last issue, they, did they save Poseidon? No, Poseidon.
No, he reached for the ship in the bottle, and that's the last thing we saw of him. But yeah, so Poseidon is missing, and
presumably transferred into the said ship in bottle,
Yes.
possibly.
He's asking her like what she's making. Like, are you making the chapel, or what are you doing?
Cause, like trying to talk to the gods to try and figure out where Poseidon is.
Right.
Because I think apparently they each in the Hall of Justice have like their own private little area, domains as they call it.
I like the domains.
I love Aquaman's. That's freaking cool.
So, he mentions that Wonder Woman hasn't made her domain yet, and he's like, "Well, I have my domain, but like on the surface, it's very Atlantean and regal and stuff. But underwater, he actually has his father's fishing boat.
Is the fishing boat that cool. Manta sunk?
Really?
Yeah, killed his father.
Wow, that's crazy.
Where
that's awesome.
He's been spending more of his time than like the very flashy, palace-like structure that he has as his domain.
Okay.
And then he kind of goes into his description of like everyone's domains. Like you could do it like, or no, it's like I like how Clark has his because it's very open and welcoming, and it's like inviting all of his friends to see what made him who he is.
See that part of him.
Yeah.
It's a cool little place. It's like an office, clear glass all around, pictures of his family all over it.
A little dog bed for Crypto.
I dug that one.
Yeah.
Like, of course, all his shirts folded. And nice and clean. And then
and then there's Bruce's domain, Batman. Which is very much cave-like, and no one is allowed in.
There's a vault door, a vault door that says "keep out."
Keep out.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it shows the polar opposites of Superman and Batman, but they're such close friends,
right?
And they're like, I like that a lot.
Then we get the she talks about how she hasn't begun it because she wants it. She hasn't decided what she wants it to be. Barry, we see his reveal.
Yeah, it's basically a lab, like a speed lab, where he tries to continue to train himself and keep up with his speed and stuff. So it's less of a home and more of a lab because he can go wherever he wants.
He could be there in milliseconds, according to Wonder Woman. Like, he could be at home in an apartment. He has a home. He just needs a lab. Yeah. So I'm like, that's cool. Whereas Jon Stewart's
is like
very militaristic.
Yeah, it's
I can imagine
a cot, and like all of his stuff is in duffel bags, like ready to move out the second he needs to leave.
Yeah, always mobile, always ready to go.
Yeah,
and I like
always a soldier.
Yeah,
and then I like the idea of Manhunters. Manhunters was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I like it that it's basically he's got a isolation chamber, so he can drown out all the psychic noise.
Yeah, but when he invites people in, it's like kind of a holodeck from what we get described as. A psychic holodeck, where he can change it to whatever he wants to make the person more comfortable. But when anyone leaves,
it's like a sensory
deprivation chamber.
Okay.
Yeah. But whenever someone leaves, or he tries to make it as close to Mars as he can, so he can feel at home and bring that peace back with him.
That's cool.
That he's lost.
Right. And then, of course, you got Thanagarian, Miss Hot Girl.
Yeah, it's all trophies and, like, all of her different suits and uniforms and stuff, because she's lived so many years, she kind of wants to remember all of her past and bring it with her, too.
It's because her past is very important to her future. I like that.
Yeah. And
then, of course, they see him suggest, like, why don't you, like, just, set up shop in the Justice League, all of Justice League Dark,
Yeah.
Like, when we saw that, so they do a flash on that.
Which we're not talking about yet.
Yeah.
Even though some stuff happened with one of my favorite character.
So she asked...
It's fine.
Yeah, we need to get there. We will do that next week? Or no,
we're doing it at the end of the witching hour, so it's going to be a while.
Oh, okay.
Couple months. You'll get there.
We'll talk about
Unless there's like a major spoiler in this, and then we might have to
discuss it for a little bit.
Let y'all know. But I like that she kind of like, well, you seem very concerned. Why? And I like Aquaman's response. He's kind of like, I'm kind of lost without Mira, and I'm not in Atlantis anymore, so I'm trying to find a purpose. And with Black Manta and Cheetah out there, you got to be ready.
Yeah.
He talks about how he's feeling like he's adrift. Further the romantic kind of like feeling for me. I
think it's platonic, but it's fine.
That is not a platonic look from Aquaman.
Okay, well, I don't know Aquaman's looks. I'm sorry.
That is completely a guy going like, hey, he was ready to ask him.
I don't know. I think you're reading too much into it.
But then, of course, their conversation gets interrupted by Bruce saying that there's an emergency and Superman needs them.
I'm starting to see a pattern.
Yeah, it's the little one. And then we go into
Hot Girls fighting.
Yes. They're Hawk Girl and Martian Manhunter are training, and he's like, hey, so let's test out your wings. Let's make sure that they're actually working properly and stuff. And he's like innocent about it. He's like, let's do this. And then she beats the crap out of him.
He's like, don't hold back.
Who was that?
Martian Manhunter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So at least